Alright, it is the moment that some of you have been waiting for. Finally got my OUYA in the mail, and we're going to unbox it. And we're starting right from the very beginning. I haven't even taken it out of the package, the shipping package yet, so let's see what we're getting ourselves into. Bubble wrap. I love bubble wrap. Alright, so looks like this is the second controller, because I did get a second controller with it. Kind of disappointing that it's not boxed. Little barcode there. Let's see what this looks like. It's interesting. It's weird. It's just different, you know. It's almost like Xbox / PlayStation, but different in a boxy form. Just strange. So controller, nice batteries. Alright, so fancy box, it says OUYA on it. How cool is that? So it looks like this slides out of here. Thank you for believing. You are welcome. Alright, so here we go with another controller. Same thing. I'll just set that off to the side. We've seen that already. Here it is. Alright, that is tiny. It's right in my hand. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here we go with the HDMI, USB. I'm going to say that's a mini USB. RJ45 or Ethernet connection, and power. Guessing that's the power button on tops. A couple of screws up here that you can use to take the top off, look inside, see what's going on. A couple of rubber feet on the bottom. Looks like there's some ventilation down here. I don't know if that's if there's a fan in there, or if, I don't believe there is, but not really sure. Probably just ventilation. Alright, so let's see what we got under here. More batteries, along with the HDMI cable. That will come in handy. Looks like we got a power supply here. Okay, and then there's just a wall plug in there as well. Guessing this would be the instruction manual. Warning, label, something or another. Doesn't really appear to be much in here. Get started in 4 simple steps. Alright, so there we have it. That is our, that's the OUYA. So yeah, what we will do from here is I will get this thing hooked up and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so in the process of getting everything set up and hooked up, one of the things I had to figure out was where the batteries go. And you'd think that that would be a pretty simple process. There's probably just a door somewhere on here. But actually it's kind of clever what they did. There are no doors anywhere. and I was like, okay, what the heck? I don't want to, break my new controller trying to get the batteries in there. So went on Google, of course, and looked it up, and it's pretty clever what they did actually. These the colored pieces on the controller are actually like face plates. They're just held in there with strong magnets, so you can pull them right off, and then you can put the battery in there. Of course, they have these little straps because it's kind of a deep well in there, so that way once the battery's in there, you can just kind of yank this and it'll pull the battery right up. So then it's the same over here. This side's a little bit harder to get off. Well, it came off. So just thought I'd point that out for anybody who is confused like I was, because yeah, it was kind of confusing. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to point out, or a couple things I wanted to point out, is that I do have everything hooked up now. The power cable and the HDMI cable are ridiculously short. Power cable isn't terrible, but they only included a 3-foot HDMI cable, so it is a little short. You may have to purchase another one, or if you have another one laying around to use with your TV, that's just 3 feet is too short for anything. You can turn on the console by using the button on top. Otherwise, I did sync up the controller already, so let's get this thing turned on. Alright, so I did turn on the OUYA just to do some configuration and stuff like that, but just turned it on again after the reboot, and this is the screen that came up. So press my button here, and this is the welcome screen, or the OUYA interface. I did download a couple games already, so you can see here that these are the ones that are installed. And actually, it just did another update. It used to show pretty much just blank boxes that said install, 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 because, well, they weren't installed yet, so I'm gonna have to dig around and figure out where that went. If you click on Discover here, this will bring you to the store, which also looks like they've revamped a little bit. So as you can see, they do have them kind of split up into different sections here. And as you can also see, it takes forever for these pictures to load. I was really hoping that was going to be fixed in that update it just made me do, but apparently that is not the case. I have a 20 down connection, so I know it's not that. Well, anyway, so hopefully that gets fixed eventually. Make. Here, I'm guessing this is mostly for developers. Probably not a whole lot. Internet browser, I'm guessing. Wow, that's bright. Alrighty. And then manage, let's see what we got here. No system messages, that's cool. Network, obviously that'll show the network settings, pairing controllers, set up your account, which I am logged in as. Console info, system updates, advanced. Okay, now this is kind of the Android interface I think everybody's used to. Well, it doesn't notice my other ones that I downloaded, so hopefully it does, and I don't have to go and download those again, because that'd be kind of a pain. And factory reset, we don't want to do that. Okay, so you can actually check out the details on the installed game. Let's say there should be a picture here sooner or later, so that loaded fairly quickly compared to before, well, in the store, I guess. I mean, overall, it's a pretty nice, it's pretty simplistic, very clean. Kinda like it. We'll see if we can get these pictures to load this time. I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh no! Alright, well, anyway, that is what the user interface looks like. Alright, so my last final notes that I wanted to share on this is that the controller itself is solid. It's nice and heavy, it doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. It's still a little awkward to hold, and I think that's just because I'm used to a PlayStation 3 controller, so it's different. You might be a little more adaptable if you use an Xbox controller. But otherwise, I mean, like I said, it's solid, feels nice, it's just different. So, I also haven't played a whole lot of games with it yet. I'm really looking forward to that, so once we get into the gaming portion of the videos, I can actually give you a little bit of an update as to how that feels, or how it feels when you're playing. As far as the console goes, I did find out that there is a fan in the bottom here, so that will turn on occasion. Again, it still sits up, you know, fairly straight. Doesn't tip over or anything like that with power, Ethernet, HDMI. It's a little rocky, but I also have some the cables are kind of pulling on it a little bit. So if they were up above my desk a little bit more, it would be pretty solid. I like that it has the 4 screws up here for easy access into there if you're going to do any modding or anything like that. Outside of that, I don't think there's really a whole lot more to say until we get to some of the gameplay or some of the apps that we can actually get installed on this thing. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I hope to see you for the gameplay videos.